and make sure that somebody is healthy to join a club. But Alfaro, the way he's been swinging the bat and the lefty heavy lineup, might be a good addition in there.
He's at first for Daniel Palka, non-roster invite of the Red Sox. A couple of years in the big leagues with the White Sox in 2018 and 2019. Christian Arroyo was with us in the booth yesterday. If you missed that and you asked Arroyo for a scouting report on Palka, he said one word: beefy.
Oh, go
Palka
down and
lines it foul the opposite way.
Those are some of my favorite swings. A little bit out in front and just try to slap it the other way.
We had fun watching the World Baseball Classic last night, and
what
a lot of swings like that on Team USA.
Yeah, I mean, you watch Goldschmidt, Arenado. I mean, just really good at bats.
1-2. Lined again, foul.
Yeah, right there too. The fastball at 94. As a hitter, when you're facing somebody that has a slider and a good changeup, I think that's the key is, staying back enough to get to those off-speed pitches and not swing through them, but knowing that you can foul off that fastball.
So you got to be comfortable being somewhat in between.
Whoa.
Yeah, if as a hitter, if you're comfortable in knowing that the fastball can't beat you in the way where it's going to go by your barrel where you're going to whiff rather than hitting it late. So I can hit it deep and get it into foul territory. It's just a positive feel in the box to know that, hey, because his slider or changeup is something I need to recognize, but usually it's not a good pitch. If it's up in the zone and I'm on time and not out in front too much, that's when I can get a better swing on it. But knowing that fastball can come a little deep and you can get a piece of it for foul gives you a lot of options.
3-2, runner goes, and Palka takes ball 4. Good plate appearance from Daniel Palka, and back-to-back 2-out walks worked by Red Sox hitters against Ortiz here in the first.
Yeah, just going away. Good job of laying off. I mean, there was a close one there to Palka, and he took it. But man, I love the swings, like just the contact down the line. I mean, that just shows he's kind of locked in, seeing the ball a little bit, not jumpy on the off speeds.
So 2 on for Narciso Crook, 5-hitter in right field. Another non-roster invite for the Red Sox. You saw his numbers in AAA last year in the Cubs organization, for whom Crook made his big league debut last year with 8 ABs. Yeah, that was quite a WBC game yesterday.
I mean, that atmosphere being in Miami, it was electric, and I can't imagine. It looked sold out, and it's just when that ball got hit, it was loud.
Yeah,
just loud noise from the bat, and then the crowd just got into it, and Venezuela was pumped in that big inning they had, and WBC is great. Just an awesome event that Major League Baseball's put together.
1-2 on Crook. And Trey Turner, Philadelphia Philly.
Yeah, they got Schwarber too on that team.
JT Real Mute though.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys too. I mean, that are missing. That are a big part of their organization and how they got to the World Series last year.
Got to Game 6 of the World Series after 87 wins in the regular season. 2 on 2 out, top of the first for the Red Sox, and the 1-2 to Crook. Cut on and missed. Ortiz strikes him out. Fans 2 in the first, and the Sox leave 2.
Let's go.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Oh, we got one person in here?
is the center fielder. Dalton Guthrie, the shortstop. Jim Haley bats sixth at third. Weston Wilson, Max McDowell, and Cody Roberts 7, 8, and 9 against Nick Pivetta. Saw the numbers for Pivetta. Entering his third full year with the Red Sox. 33 starts last season and 63 starts in total over the last 2 years. Jemai asked Alex Cora earlier today about Pivetta, and Cora said he was good his last time out. And one of the big stories with Pivetta has been he's working on a new breaking ball here in spring training with a different shape and speed. He's throwing it harder, and he wants it to be in the zone longer at that harder speed, not to be out of the zone, then in the zone, then back out of the zone, just to be in the zone the entire time.
Yeah, that's the big thing too, is also, reducing that hard hit percentage. Last year was a tough one.
Nice.
It's climbed, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's climbed up a little bit in the hard,
guy,
hit percentage. Yeah, indicative of the numbers from last year. I think one of the big things is when he feeds off that knuckle curve and he can spot that up where he wants it, it just plays that fastball that has a little carry on it. He's got good extension too. I mean, he's in the 80th percentile of that, or sorry, I mean even higher than that, 86th percentile with extension. So that means he's getting out there, getting closer, to the batter. Now it's about just getting it in the zone to finish.
Here comes his 3-2 to start, and it's the fastball. So when you say extension, you're saying basically from the mound to the plate where that pitch is getting released.
Is released, correct.
Alex Cora has always loved the fastball for Nick Pivetta and always raved about that pitch for him.
Yeah, he's got good carry on it. It plays up right there above the barrel.
Right on cue.
There you go. That's big league right there. All right, the Red Sox defense. We got Koss at third base, Goodrum at shortstop, Sogard at second base, Palka at first, Fitzgerald on the left, Allen in center, Crook in right, Pivetta on the bump, and Alfaro doing the catching.
Just Daniel is how they had him at first base.
Oh,
I like that. Drop a first name on him.
Daniel.
Not Beefy.
Daniel. Danny boy.
Oh.
That's all I could remember. Danny boy, Caddyshack.
This is Rhys Hoskins.
That's gone.
Laces one. Left field. Goodbye. Solo shot on a bullet off Pivetta, and the Phillies strike first in the first.
Wow. That was a moonshot, but okay.
Well, there was one that easily cut through the wind. He absolutely crushed that ball. Wow. He got the heater right down the middle. That's that spot, right? Man, just turn on that and hit it right through that wind.
105 miles an hour off the bat of Rhys Hoskins.
He's got the pop. They got a lineup that has a lot of pop in it.
Hoskins had 30 home runs last year. And here's Nick Castellanos, who only had 13 in year one with the Phillies, after signing with them ahead of last season off the All-Star year in 2021 with the Reds. 2-0.
And this is a big part of Nick Pivetta just getting back to being, in that groove, is landing that curveball for strikes a little bit more. The fastball right there down the middle, I don't care what the carry is. When it's at that height, guys are going to get that and blast it. Just hitting those locations a little more with the fastball, not getting those big misses up. Getting bad swings like that right there. When he has that ability to use that curveball effectively, where he's, getting it over for, strike one, and then just burying it where it looks like it's in the zone and drops out, that 12-6 hammer, it's great. There's that slider. Because if he can play with those two pitches right there, utilize the fastball, keep it at the level you want, spot it up, Then get that slider that has great vertical break down.
No kidding. 2-2. Fouled away. A lot more vertical than horizontal with that slider he threw 2 pitches ago.
Correct. And right there too, you know, that pitch is just in the inner half at the height that you just don't want it. A little bit higher. That's where you can get the swing and miss, get a pop up.
Two again, and a roller foul.
Ooh.
Talked about the faster curveball, something Pivetta picked up in the offseason working at drive line. Goes to the fastball and strikes out Castellanos. Second K of the inning for Nick Pivetta.
Two down, Nick. Yeah, that's good. That's a good heater, and it had a little cut to it right there. I don't know if he's trying to do that or not, but right there, that fastball with his carry, you know, and that vertical break that, you know, stays on point at the height. That's where he wants that pitch.
Maybe this will be the third out. Edmundo Sosa is the batter. Pivetta was on his way to the dugout.
That was pretty funny. But right there, that curveball, you know, getting a guy that's a free swinger out and early, that's the location you want it. It's got a little cut on it right there. You know, sometimes that happens too. You just get around a little bit. I like it though.
And on that pitch that had the cut, he had quickened his tempo in the delivery. Not a hesitation piece like Eck used to call it for Evaldi, but
right, went quick.
Little trickster.
That's what you got to do now. You know, you can't have two, like, you know, rock the baby and all those other things. So sometimes you got to quick pitch.
Full wide 1-2 bounced in to Sosa.
These bitches are Sosa.
Sosa got traded to the Phillies from the Cardinals last year. He swung it well with Philadelphia in a small sample size. And they're giving him some run in center field here in camp, a position he's hardly played in his life. 2-2. And a full count from Pivetta. 96 that time.
Yeah, judging by the past few balls that have been on the outside part, I think he's just getting around a little bit. The ones inside aren't moving like that.
3-2, what's coming?
On the outer third to the corner on the four seam are cutting a little bit.
3-2. Tip
Off the chest of Alfaro.
Away from Alfaro.
El Faro.
One of the things Alex Cora said this morning about Nick Pivetta was that last time out the fastball usage was great, and in the spots that he used it, they were very pleased with that as well.
Timeout right there
from the batter, and the signal from the home plate umpire different than I've ever seen before.
Good hand signal.
On the ground to short, Nico Goodrum
Nice.
comes up with it and throws out Sosa. Hoskins a homer. The Phillies lead.
Next inning coming in hot. Going to the top of the second. And you spin it. Yeah. Nathan, what's up, bro? Nice to see you in here. Fitzy bomb calling it? Nah, he's gonna hit a double off the wall. Double off the wall, I'm calling it. Hitting a double off the wall. Nathan. Big Nate. More people that see this channel will follow, and you'll be a top creator. I hope so, dude. That'd be super clean, huh? That'd be legit. I don't know. Off the wall. Bro. Bro, that's not freaking Fitzgerald, but I just literally called it double off the wall, and it was literally a double off the wall. Oh my gosh. Bro. I speak things into existence. I said double off the wall for Fitzgerald. That was Koss, but he rolled over to second base. Dude, I'm always calling things, bro. Always calling things. Absolutely crazy. Justin Jose Altuve is having surgery to repair right thumb fracture. He's fine. Little funny bone action. Little funny bone action. Get your day going. My boy, Blue.
Now, you think Sogard's given some pretty good at-bats when you've seen him.
All right, audio off.
Yeah, I mean, few at-bats I've seen him. Few plays out there in the field. Yeah, I like what I see. Good little scrappy player.
Saw his numbers last year between AA and AAA.
I mean, that's one of the keys too when you're in camp is, hits are great, but the coaches are watching how you go about it. Are you a tough out? They want to see guys that are tough outs, that they're not, they're spitting on the first pitch. They're not rolling over that into a double play. They got a plan. They go up there and know what the pitcher's got and what they're trying to do in the situation of the game. Coaches really focus on that more than mechanics or anything else.
1-2 from Ortiz on the ground left side, base hit, 2-strike RBI single, Nick Sogard, and the Red Sox tie this game in the second.
We're all tied up. We're all tied up. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, that's what I like to see on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, and as you said, it's been showing a lot of good at bats.
Opposite field to get him in.
It's been fun to
Love
watch
to see
him
it.
in that situation too. Taking the ball the other way, getting the fastball up and out over the plate, staying through it as it runs. and just hitting that hole. And we talked about it earlier. It's like, take what they give you.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to swing as hard as you can every single time.
25-year-old Sogard delivers. Now the lineup flips over back to Greg Allen.
Sogard was once a top prospect. I
all
believe
the time,
so.
there's time and place. You can take your shots.
He's
You
been
know,
in
if
the
there's a
minors
pitch
a
that
while, I
matches
think.
up well, and you think you know that's your time in a hitter's count where you feel like going deep or even early, take your A-hack.
That's why it was so fun for me just watching the World Baseball Classic with you and others yesterday, because you were just marveling at some of the swings from some of the game's biggest stars, but the way that they were in the moments when they're not hitting home runs, the Goldschmidts and the Arenados.
Yeah, Arenado with 2 strikes just peppered it down. I mean, literally on command when I was talking about it, and he does it. It was great.
Allen on the ground to first. Hoskins waited on it and flips to Ortiz. For out number 2, Hernandez to third, Sogard to second.
But for me, like when I hear guys saying, well, you know, you got to drive the ball, you know, you have to drive it. You have to drive. It's like,
Oh,
I
boy.
get it. But if you go look at stats, you go look at how many hits you have a year.
We have 3 people in here, but I'm not sure how that works. I don't know how I can see who's in here unless somebody
every
types.
At bat, it'd be great if you could drive the ball every hit.
I get it this. I don't know how to work it.
But it's an excuse for me. You know, if you're saying, oh, no, but that's not our plan. I was like, go look at the best of the best that are on Team USA right now, and they put together good at-bats. Sometimes it's driving the ball, but a lot of times it's taking what they're given, hitting the ball the other way.
Second and third, 2 outs.
I would have liked to play for Team Israel in the World Baseball Classic and listen to you, Brad Osmus, and Ian Kinsler.
We can convert you.
1-1.
And
we got a rabbi.
Please give and give me some athletic ability, hand-eye coordination, bat-to-ball skills. This is Nico Goodrum, 2 in scoring position with the 2 outs against Luis Ortiz. Misses with a fastball.
Yeah, Nico. Watching Nico in the cage it was probably like 2 weeks ago now. I'll tell you what, from the left side, when he stays quiet and through it, I mean, this guy is he's strong. He's got to stay quiet with that body.
He trickles this one softly to Hoskins, who flips, and the inning is over. But Nick Sogard ties the game for the Red Sox in the second.
I'm so tired, man. If I lived on the East Coast, it'd be 1:36 right now. Didn't get to sleep in on my Sunday. Na 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 na. Lift off.
Two hours away from Fort Myers and JetBlue Park. Bottom of the second on the way.
It used to be the interleague rivalry, the Phillies. We used to always go down to Philly. Back then, it was always like, why aren't we playing the Mets? The Mets weren't as good, but somehow we always got the Phillies, and they had that great run of talent in interleague.
Did you fuel the rivalry?
Oh, yeah. Or it was just maybe just the energy levels of Phillies fans.
Were they among the harshest you faced?
They were harsh for both teams, which was even funnier.
Just going after Ryan Howard.
Yeah, there's a lot of passion for sports in the city of brotherly love.
Really good curve there from Nick Pivetta.
Yeah, early in the count, I mean, to me, that is one of the things that will set him apart is if he can get that curveball. I mean, most guys don't want that curveball to hit. But if he can throw that in the strike zone a lot more.
He's facing Dalton Guthrie leading off for the Phillies in the 5 spot. Their shortstop made his big league debut last year, was on their roster in the NLDS, and one of 5 guys for really
You have practice in an hour?
on
Lit,
the big
dude.
league club these next couple weeks.
Nice.
Fastball again, and Guthrie pops it up. Into the blue sky in front of home plate, and Christian Koss hangs on to it, colliding with Aquaman.
Wow.
Thank God he didn't have his trident. That could have got real ugly.
Wow.
He hit Alfaro so hard they knocked the pitch comm off too.
And Alfaro barely staggered.
Yeah, I mean that's a really tough one for a catcher too, because you're going into a blind spot there. But I think Alfaro knew right away that ball was out far for Koss to get it. But great hustle there from
Almost a
Guthrie.
triple, bro.
Love that base running.
That is the ball.
He dropped that.
right
That's
there.
a triple.
Here's Jim Haley, non-roster invite. Last year, AAA in the Rays organization, and he takes strike 1.
Appreciate you hanging out. Much obliged.
You said uh-oh right away on that pop-up.
That thing was so high, and just judging by Alfaro and like the way he was looking at it, I was like, oh no. And a lot of times you get worried there on the pitcher's mound, because when the first baseman and third baseman, the hard part of that on the mound is when you start changing your elevation of your feet. It's just a weird feeling because you're looking up and you're almost better just running to that spot and kind of feeling it out, because it's just a weird feeling to go up the mound while you're still trying to look and focus on the ball.
Pavetta's 1-2, fouled back. Yeah, so the spring training rivalry, though, between these teams, a little bit different.
A little different. I don't know if there is rivalries in spring training. Well, sorry, the Twins. The Twins and Red Sox.
The Cup,
huge.
baby.
The Cup. I apologize to the Mayor's Cup. Is it still called the Mayor's Cup?
Oh.
I believe so.
You gotta look that one up.
Chairman's Cup.
Chairman. Oh, they changed it. It's gotten even bigger.
Got to get your civic designations
Chairman's of
correct.
the Board Cup.
Pivetta winds, and a 1-2. Sliced foul. How was your drive up here today?
It was electric.
Do you have a Tesla?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in a rental. Yeah, that was electric. So it was electric. Literally.
We're gonna hop onto
Yeah, had all kinds of crazy things on,
Electric Avenue.
A lot of fun things on.
Cutting a miss.
Wow.
And Haley strikes out on a fastball at 95, and that's the 3rd strikeout for Nick Pivetta.
Haley giving him a tough at bat. But yeah, that fastball away is cutting. I love it. I don't know if he's trying to do it or not, but to the glove side, away from righties, it is just, and that's where you're seeing these swings where they're missing on that outer part. If he can keep throwing that consistently, I like that little weapon he has.
His normal movement profile with his 4-seam fastball, does it typically have cutting movement like that?
No, it doesn't. I mean, it has less horizontal movement than most, but it has more carry on the vert, so which means it plays up a little bit. So as a hitter at the top of the zone, you're gonna have to get on top of it a little more. It's above league average in that, but horizontal movement not as much. But with that right there, I mean, that's liking that.
Well, Pavetta's got 2 outs, and now facing Weston Wilson, non-roster invite left fielder. Cuts through there, and it's 2-1. Another good fastball.
Yeah, in the old school method, it was called life. Just has a little life on it. Now it can be measured.
Damn.
Yeah, you see there the fastball, moving in.
Cutting a miss again on a fastball away at 96, and this fastball looks pretty good for Nick Pivetta.
Yeah, when he's living up there at 96 miles per hour, it's getting by you. Staying above the barrel.
2-2 hung on
Let's
to
go.
by Alfaro. 96
Let's go.
again, and 1-2-3 in the second for Nick Pivetta.
There's never been a better.
Whoa. We got 4 people in here? 4 people? Who's all in here? Who's all in here? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Attention, please. If you're in here, type something in the chat. 1 2 1 2. Nathan's one. I feel like you're gonna be the only one to say something. Watch. Everybody's scared to type. Alfaro's up to bat.
Talking about his work behind the plate last season in San Diego, he went back to the traditional catcher's crouching stance. Red Sox and Jason Varitek getting him back to that one-knee fundamentals, and they certainly like this guy. His receiving has been great. He's been a big target for pitchers. They like throwing to him as well. Good footwork as well. Alex Cora says, so far, so good. And the bat, it plays as well, is what the manager is saying. And guys, he's making a push, really, to make this roster out of spring. Just about 2 weeks left, and so far, he's on the fast track.
Well, you said you
Run into the danger zone.
Yeah. I mean, he's got pop. I mean, he showed it in WBC. We saw it yesterday. He got that breaking ball, took a nice swing at it. When I say nice, it's just a little easier. When you overswing on curveballs and breaking balls, you tend to roll over or get a little too long with the swing and get beat in lazy fly balls.
Saw that Alfaro walked his first time today back in the first. He's now facing a new pitcher for the Phillies, the sidewinding Trey Cobb.
Trey Cobb.
Alfaro on a sinker running in.
Yeah, and right there, that ball just chases you in. When you get a sidearm submariner as a right-hander, you got to set your sights out over the plate, leave anything inner third because it's going to run in.
And then you get the frisbee down there.
Yeah, and I'm a big thing on your sight lines and lanes. If you're looking, and I was talking the other day about this, is with these guys, you got to think I'm going pitcher to second base. And if it's a slider that hangs up there, I can pull it. Fastballs, though, you're going to roll over it if they're in. Stay through that one. There it is. But yeah, it's weird. They want you, with that action of going, down and into you. They want you to roll over some stuff, and they're going to keep trying to come in. So you chase pitches. They're going to, be foul balls, pull, or break your foot. So keep your hands in close, and you're trying to hit, stay through it and redirect it up the middle.
Alfaro checks his swing. He did not go.
They're booing.
I thought DJ Rayburn gave a signal they did.
Looked like he was about to ring him up, and then
He checked down.
DJ went to an appeal. So it's 2-2 on Jorge Alfaro leading off the third.
Oh.
And he strikes out on a fastball at the top of the zone, 1 away. By the way, good to hear from Jemai. Rode up with Jemai earlier today to get another look at the fastball.
Yeah, that's the pitch too. You know, he might have been
Sorry,
sitting back a
my
little bit on
fault.
the slider right there, but when you get guys like that, you get that pitch outer half, you got it. That's the one you got to go at. Kind of flattens out a little bit.
Daniel Palka, the batter. So rolling with Jemai. He
Yeah.
had to drop off his rental car in Fort Myers, so I gave him a lift. He also had an electric car for the last 3 weeks.
He did. It is a little interesting. You know, the electric cars are, you know, had to go to a turbocharger station that
So
says
that's like the
30
supercharger.
minutes, right?
He was explaining all this to me. Yeah.
It's not 30 minutes.
Really?
Mine went a little longer.
How long? How much longer?
I mean, I had to. Well, last night I did it, and then I realized it only went to 80%, and then
Yeah.
you got to move it on the screen. Man, I searched about 5 minutes trying to figure that one out.
Really?
And then there's another 20 minutes this morning to figure it out to get 100%. So false advertising.
2-2 on Palka.
But it's okay.
And with 100%, you can for sure make it here 2-hour drive on all 100%, right?
Yeah, I think I got to like 31, 32%.
Waka is going to hit a double. I'm calling it.
One fair the opposite way with 2 strikes. Runs it down near the ball attendant. And Daniel Palka's got a 1-out double here in the third.
Yeah, as a lefty too against these sidearmers, you know, the ball's going to go away from you with the fastballs. That's a great job right there. That pitch is up. And just the bad path to get to it. And his first at bat, he
Don't
kept
they have to
fouling
move
off
that
balls down
stool
the
out of the way
left field
too?
line. Almost fair. Gets that
There's the
pitch up and
stool
out.
in play.
Does a good job of staying on top of it and shooting the line.
And everyone is safe down the left field line.
Thank goodness.
Who was involved in the play.
Yeah, if you got hurt by that one, that'd be in trouble. It's like a ground ball.
Yeah. Narciso Crook, the batter. Yeah, you had liked Palka's swings and fouls his first time, to your point. Kept that one fair.
Yeah, especially a guy like, you know, Palka. He loves, I mean, he's swinging hard. But when you get to 2 strikes, that's okay. Like early in the counts, it's your at bat. But once you get to 2 strikes, and this is something that probably that Alex Cora has been talking about, is now it's compete, right? You don't have your opportunity, and some people will disagree with this. In the game of always take your best swing, I'm not a big believer in it. I believe you got to battle, try to put the ball in play, not just weak contact. Try to put the ball in play with hard contact.
Crook lifts it to center. Edmundo Sosa circles. There's 2 outs, and Palka stays put.
And I think that's one of the things that people, you know, hard contact is not hard swings all the time. You know, sometimes it's just a nice, easy swing where you're just redirecting it too, because these guys have such good spin on it. Sosa, man, he got behind that thing. He was ready to fire. Palka was like, nope, I'm not going to even test it.
Sosa's smiling about it. We told you he is learning the outfield here in spring training. Known for his work on the infield. 27-year-old from Panama. Christian Costa. Phillies, by the way, they're reportedly still poking around for a right-hand hitting outfielder for a backup role. So they're trying out Sosa to see if he can add that type of versatility to his game. Costa on the ground to first. Hoskins a sliding stop. And
Nice
the
play.
inning is over. Palka stranded after his double. We're through 2.5 and clear.
It's already the bottom of the 3rd inning. Quick game. Bro, fart. Is that just right now? Good for him. He deserves it. Pitch timer makes the game, so I feel like it's not really a big difference, honestly. I don't see much of a big difference, really.
Sold out crowd.
This is awesome.
Yeah, standing room. I mean, it's a big league spring training game right here.
Third inning, 1-1. Sox and Phillies tied, and Nick Pivetta back to work. He's faced 7. He has retired 6. 4
When I was
of them by
spring training 2
strikeout.
years
The
ago,
only
the game
blemish.
felt longer for some reason. I'm telling you, it feels about the same, honestly.
Solo home run in the first. This is Max McDowell, the catcher, non-roster invite. One is taken on a fastball up. Fouled back 2-2.
Good movement on that pitch. Got in on McDowell right there. Wow. On a 2-1, you don't want to get beat. And he got beat right there.
So now a 2-2 and a fastball at 94.
Good job going back to that. When you see a guy on your 2-1 get beat by the fastball, you want to make him make the adjustments.
That's definitely the reason.
Because sometimes you throw some off speed, it goes right into the barrel.
As a hitter in that spot, what would your confidence level have been that another fastball was coming, knowing you had a swing like that?
I mean, you never know. I mean, some guys just stay in their routines. I mean,
Long
some
game.
pitchers just get into their routines, and some pitchers are good about, and catchers too, calling the game the right way and saying, hey, if you're late, show me that you're not going to be late. We got it for, there it is, DJ. Good work.
The batter called time. Thank you, DJ Rayburn.
Be right back. I gotta go do something real quick. Phillies Astros.
Ahead of a 3-2.
Phillies Astros and Twins. Jeez.
From Nick Pivetta. Eventually popped up back in our direction. We are a little bit left of home plate. Top level here. Amid this sold-out crowd. On a line to center. Allen on the move. Into the gap, and he can't get it.
Uh-oh.
McDowell motors towards second. And will stop there. The catcher holds up with a leadoff double.
Wow, I thought that was easily 3.
That was the conversation McDowell was having with Daniel Palka at the second base bag.
Yeah, stayed back enough there and just drove it into that center field. The wind kind of took it away from Allen. You know, he thought he had it the whole way, but that wind's pushing hard to right. And as a righty, that ball naturally has a little bit of tail going that way and just right past the outreach of Allen. I thought that was an easily triple.
Instead of double, now to the 9 spot, Cody Roberts, the DH. Spent last year mostly in Double-A in the Orioles organization.
Yeah, you always got to realize when the catcher's up, though. Which thinks it's going to be a triple. The catcher might not get there. Save the legs.
How would you rate Jason Varitek's speed as a player?
Early or late? athlete.
There we go.
Varitek was a tremendous athlete. Just didn't have the wheels. I mean, cost so many games. His knees.
1-2.
I'll tell you what, he played
Yeah.
through some of the pain. I mean, being his teammate, I sat behind him on the bus. It was remarkable. Some of the games he played in. He should not have played in a lot of games, but he muscled through it. It was unbelievable.
This one past Alfaro. McDowell now gets to third safely.
Man, that was close. Ball ricocheted pretty hard back to Alfaro there. Good job of staying with the play, being prepared, ready to throw. You know, those little things too for me are the big ones, right? Like some guys just give up on plays. Got a catcher running. You know, that had some serious action on it. But gets by him, and look, he is ready to fire, knowing that the runner's slow, going from second to third.
Infield in. On a 2-2 to Roberts. In the air, right field, well struck. Crook goes back to the track. That ball is gone. 2-run shot the opposite way for Cody Roberts. And the Phillies climb back in front off Pivetta. We had a visit pregame from a Phillies legend in the booth and said you might see some home runs today.
Yeah, Charlie Manuel is by the booth, but just a short stroke right there. Fastball up, that ball cuts, but he got on top of that. You saw a lot of swing and misses at that because it was above the barrel. That's a good job by Roberts, staying short to that ball and just allowing that, you know, that heater and that little bit of that cutter. It like cuts a little bit to dictate the power.
Back to the top, Bryson Stott struck out his first time on 94 in that first inning from Pivetta.
Yeah, and one thing about Pivetta too, you look at the pitch count right now. You know, we're back to the top, you know, in the third inning, pitch count's gotten up. You know, it's commanded that strike zone a lot more.
Alex Cora's talked about Pivetta here in the spring and has said, I think it's more about consistency and preparation going into games. Said just be consistent, do the same thing over and over again because stuff-wise, we like it. Two and two on Stott. In the air, left field. Ryan Fitzgerald creeps in for the first out. Brings up Rhys Hoskins. I can't imagine what it was like sitting behind Jason Varitek on those bus rides and just seeing, like you said, the wear and tear.
Yeah, there were some days just walking on the bus, just sitting down, and then he'd have all of his binders, scouting out the next opposition on the flight. I mean, he was always at work. I mean, it was fun to watch him. I mean, he was always the most prepared guy, and the role he's in is just perfect because he was doing it as a catcher, and you know, before guys had all those binders and doing all the work to try to see how to pitch guys. He was always great at that. I mean, I was on the plane going back, walking by him, you know, circling, you know, the cold zones, the hot zones, just having a really good game plan. And being a game planner now, he's in the perfect role.
He is similar in how he is now on flights too, right?
I don't get to go to the front now anymore. I've realized in this role that I'm doing now, we go to the back. Deservedly so in a lot of ways. So I'll have to ask him about that.
Hoskins rolls it to short, and Goodrum throws him out, 2 down. How many binders were we talking when he was a player, like that he would have spread out around him?
It was I mean, he had the bag full of a bunch of binders, and I mean, luckily now the technology is so much more advanced that you don't need the binders. You can have you can have all the information sent to you. So hopefully he just has a computer and all the information sent. maybe an iPad that you can kind of, you know, circle some things on. But you know, whatever your method of how you do it and how you get your information and come up with a game plan, you know, maybe he still loves doing the binders.
2 down for Nick Castellanos here in the third, facing Pivetta for the second time. Pivetta struck out Castellanos with a fastball back in the first.
Yeah, Castellanos, I mean, saw what he did in Cincinnati and the way he hit there, and you know, Chicago a little bit, but Philadelphia is meant, like, that ballpark is meant for him too.
He got 5 years, $100 million. This is year 2. Last year in OPS below 700. We told you just 13 home runs. After 21, that 34 home run season and a Silver Slugger. One, two. Struck him out. Pivetta fans him again. A fastball with some more cut. But Roberts with a home run, and the Phillies lead after 3.
We never can expect what's going to
The crack of the bat is back, and T-Mobile customers get a free MLB TV subscription. So switch to T-Mobile and get ready for free MLB TV. Redeem March 28th to April 3rd at T-Mobile.com/MLB.
right here, right now.
Affordable design, endless possibilities. IKEA.
Are now available. Visit redsox.com/groups to learn more. 4th inning, Delco's Cheesesteaks here in Clearwater, Florida. Taste of Philadelphia.
We were that close to getting those before the game too.
Do you regret not getting them?
I do regret it.
We do have time to change that.
We do. I don't know if I can go down there within the 2 minutes to get this cheesesteak and get back up here.
What if we talk to our boy Felipe?
Felipe needs to be on the headset too.
Yeah.
If he's not on the headset, we're lost.
Then we don't read about hospitality packages.
Then we lose our promos for our great sponsors,
Yeah.
and then we are in deep trouble.
4th inning, Ben Bowden, the pride of Lynn, Massachusetts, who went to Lynn English, steps onto the mound, faces Ryan Fitzgerald. Felipe is our stage manager, by the way, for the folks who haven't met him yet. He's doing a great job. Bowden deals.
Oh, get out.
Fitzgerald hammers it. Here you go, Uke.
Fitzy! Oh my God.
Oh, that is crushed.
Circle those bases, Fitzy. Did that hit the safety harbor spot?
Oh, man.
I couldn't tell if it hit that sign and then came down.
105 miles an hour off the bat, 419 feet for Fitzy.
Attaboy, Fitzy.
Going left on left, too.
Gotta love that right there. Haven't seen a hit from Fitzy all spring.
We saw him pregame down in the dugout.
Man, I think it hit that.
The safety harbor sign unsafe.
No. Uh-oh.
And now Ronaldo Hernandez sends one into absolute foul ball orbit.
Oh, wow. Clear. Yeah, Charlie Manuel's getting so excited at this game right now. He doesn't care if it's on the opposition or not. He loves homers.
He came by in full uniform and poked his head inside the booth to say hello to you.
He's West Virginia. My mom's a West Virginian. I don't think he even knows that, though. But what a beauty.
I could listen to him talk for a week straight.
Charlie's a beauty. Yeah, Larry Boa's right next to him. It's a little bit of baseball wisdom there in that dugout.
A little bit.
And former teammate Mike Calitri, the bench coach there.
3-1. He's down, and Hernandez works a walk. Hit by a pitch his first time, and so he's on for the second time today.
There's Charlie and Larry. Yeah, Charlie was there for those years I was talking about. They had some. Ooh, that lineup was special. Utley, Howard, Pat Burrell, Shane Victorino, Aaron Rowan. Pretty good.
Pat Burrell's a NorCal guy too, right?
Yeah.
Bay Area?
Bay Area guy. The pride of Bellarmine. Then went to Miami and
former first overall pick.
Just a legend.
Nick Sogard, the batter.
Actually ran him to the airport.
Recently?
Yeah, about a month ago. He was headed to Cabo. Going to have fun. Now he's working with the Giants.
Bowden grabs the inside corner.
Man, tough one right there.
Speaking of Miami and the Hurricanes, Alex Cora was all excited about them this morning when we saw him.
Yeah, what do you think?
They got a tough one. They're the 5 seed in the Midwest region going up against the 4 seed Indiana. That's at 8:40 p.m. So Alex Cora will be back home in no time, ready to watch that.
Glued and locked in. Huge Canes fan.
He doesn't miss anything.
No, he loves it.
When it comes to other sports. Sogard on the ground left side. Haley cuts it off. Stott turns it, and it's 2. 5-4-3 for Ben Bowden.
So 2 at bats from Sogard. 1 left-handed hit it through that hole. Went right back there right-handed. Unfortunately, playing right in that position.
Back to the top of the Red Sox lineup for Greg Allen. Also a switch hitter. Bowden played his college ball at Vanderbilt. Second-round pick from there in 2016 by the Rockies, where he pitched in the big leagues for Colorado 2 years ago out of their bullpen.
He's a smart kid.
My boy's wicked smart.
He is smart. Vandy, what a baseball powerhouse for, man, how long has that gone back now?
For a New England guy in Tim Corbin, who leads that program.
And they also, they have a bunch of New England guys,
Always,
right? Yaz.
Always. A recruiting powerhouse.
I would go after pitchers from the Northeast. Not as much wear and tear.
You think so?
At younger ages, I wouldn't.
On a hop to short.
Ooh.
Guthrie backhands, plants, fires, and gets Allen in plenty of time. Fitzy goes yard, and the Sox trail by 1 now in the 4th.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of purchase, you can refinance with exclusive savings with Rate Drop Advantage. Don't miss these big savings. Visit inflationbuster.com.
A man, his tractor, and his family. These are the Upshaws, though he goes by Shaw, which stands for skilled hands at work. Because whether he's cutting hair, mowing grass, moving earth, or even roasting marshmallows, he's got a firm grasp on what matters most. There's a story in every piece of land. Run with us on a John Deere tractor and start telling you.
Ultimate All-Star fan experience. Restrictions apply. See rules and vote at worldbaseballclassic.com/bestplays.
We're at the spring training home of the National League champion Philadelphia Phillies, who lead the Sox by 1 now thanks to Ryan Fitzgerald. Cut into that deficit with a titanic home run. Up near, around, or off of that advertisement on the light tower.
Very good. You didn't say it like I did.
Open for interpretation.
That one.
Yeah, that one. Here's Edmundo Sosa against Nick Pivetta, who's working in the 4th. We've been training our cameras out in bullpen land to see when Brian Bayo's getting ready. He will pitch behind Pivetta at some point this afternoon. Inside. Bayo watch.
I see what you did there. I see you working.
You've got the remotes working. Line drive, left field base hit. Sosa reaches out at that and tugs it softly into left for a base hit. You got all sorts of remotes over there.
Yeah, I got a lot of remote. I mean, what game do you want to watch? Fortunately, ours it's freezing a little bit, so
we have so many screens up here. Count them up: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 monitors in some way around us.
Yeah, a little top spin. Well, that was the replay from the last out. Greg Allen, little top spin, good play.
There's Dalton Guthrie, who made that play at short. And he chops one to the same spot. Nico Goodrum goes the short way. The turn.
Wow.
Not in time. Nick Sogard nearly turned that into 2 off a feed from Nico Goodrum.
Yeah, Sogard, I mean, you watch him play out there. I mean, to me, he does the little things, and that's the eye-opener for me personally. Good at bats. You know, gets a little chopper here. Nico does a good job of setting his feet and just quick turn and just barely beats it at first.
Sogard, a draft pick of the Rays 4 years ago out of Loyola Marymount, came over in that trade.
Yeah, a lot of guys aren't going to even attempt to turn it. The fact that he was ready, prepared to turn that shows a lot about his ability to play that middle infield.
Pitch count at 71 for Nick Pivetta facing Jim Haley. Ball and a strike. Fastball at 91.
Finally figured out how to turn off the TVs.
On the ground, left side, foul. Trial and error with the remotes.
One remote hits one. It kept turning the one off, but turning the other one on. But then I have to go grab the other remote, and it will directly turn off the one.
I think so many people can relate to that.
I'll tell you.
You want to turn on your TV
That's why
and your cable box with one click of the button.
Just have one TV in a room, as my wife says. You don't need 3 TVs here. I said, yes, I do for football season.
What do you have on your 3 TVs for football? Like, do you have Red Zone?
No, I'm not a big Red Zone guy. I said that earlier. It's Bengals always.
Okay.
And then
family-related matters.
But no more.
Alfaro with a dart, and he throws out Dalton Guthrie.
That's a close one right there. Let's see if they review that. Spring training, they might not.
Alex Cora has said Jorge Alfaro has a cannon.
Yeah, good footwork there. Got himself in a good throwing position, and yeah, thank goodness they didn't go to replay there. I think I have him safe. What do you got?
Out. Always out.
Always out. Out.
Had it all the way.
Well, hey, they didn't review it. And I knew that this coaching staff would not review it. After being with Kevin Long and Calitri and Rod Thompson, they're like, you know what? Speed up the game. Spring training.
3-2. Popped up.
Oh, this is right
back
on us.
In our direction.
Oh, and Mookie Betts just dropped the ball.
And Bryce Harper to the loose ball.
With a hot dog. Come on, Mookie. Yeah, see? I'm safe. Even from up here, originally, safe.
That misses, and it's ball 4. Pivetta with a long scowl in. Issues a walk here with 2 outs in the 4th to Jim Haley.
Gotta have it. Spring training. We're bagging up here.
I thought we might have a chance to make that play, honestly.
Yeah, the wind. That'd have been a blind one, too, kind of.
Yeah.
That was great.
Weston Wilson, the batter. First pitch swinging. Pops up into shallow right center. Allen and Crook approach. Greg Allen's got it. Inning over for Nick Pivetta, who is through 4 here in Clearwater.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted.
You know I didn't come to play.
With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Get 0% APR, 0 payments for 90 days, and $500 bonus cash on select vehicles. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get DirecTV with a 2-year price guarantee.
What a throw from Betts, and it's on the money.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Mookie Betts with a home run.
2-run blast. And it is down, a base hit. Betts on his way to second, and the Dodgers have the lead.
Out of the right center field. Diving play. A walk-off catch. Mookie magic.
Catch me on MLB.tv.
NESSandBets.com is your one-stop shop for articles, analysis, and podcasts. For the latest odds and advice, your best bet is NESSandBets.com.
Packed house on the concourse here in Clearwater, Florida. Nick Pivetta through 4 innings, right around 80 pitches. New arm for the Phillies is Jake Jewell, 29-year-old from Oklahoma, who has pitched parts of 3 years in the big leagues, including a couple of seasons ago working for the Cubs. out of their bullpen. 2, 3, and 4 for the Red Sox, starting with Nico Goodrum. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to first. Kevin Youkilis, Jabari Webster, Mike Monaco, our entire crew with you from Baycare Ballpark.
It's a pretty good changeup right there. Got some little bit of run and a little drop on it. Yeah, it's short arm action. That's what sells it too.
87. That's firm.
Yeah, it's one of those where you got to read it out of the hand. If you don't read it out of the hand, you're gonna get some bad swings.
On the ground to second. Stott scoops and throws out Goodrum for the first out of the 5th. Phillies, of course, without Bryce Harper. All they've said with him coming off November Tommy John surgery is that they expect him back before the All-Star break. We'll see if he plays any right field or if it's DH only for Harper, who of course had the sensational postseason for the Phillies.
Yeah, that home run was so, oh man. It was 2-1 the game and he hit the 2-run homer.
One of 6 home runs he had in the postseason and 13 extra base hits.
You know, that's why the Phillies went out and got him, got that big contract.
Which now, the way some contracts have gone, it's looking like pretty good money for him.
No one's talking about it.
Jorge Alfaro takes a strike from Jewell. Phillies made some moves pitching wise as well. Matt Strahm they signed, former Red Sox reliever. They traded for Gregory Soto as well, an all-star. They've got a great young pitching prospect as well, Andrew Painter, who is pushing for a spot maybe on opening day for him, but he's got a sprained elbow. That's been some of the news here with the Phillies in camp. Alfaro rolls a single up the middle. 2-strike hit for Alfaro, and the second time he's been on in 5 innings.
Yeah, and watching the at bat against Goodrum, when you saw Jewell throwing that changeup, the way he throws that changeup that has good run on it and good drop on it, he's going to throw it to righties too. And right there, good job by Alfaro to stay through it. Right back up the middle. Good bat path.
So Alfaro's on with 1 out for Daniel Palka, with the Sox down a run in the 5th. Palka a walk and then a double on a swing Uke loved. This one hits Palka. He wears it on a slider off the kneecap. There's 2 on.
Yeah, big on base percentage day for Palka there. Is this knee or elbow?
I thought knee. But this is a new ballpark and a new vantage point for me.
Looks like he just stuck up it. You're right. Knee. I thought he just stuck up his elbow guard.
I did too on real time. And
yeah, real time. Yeah.
I went to the monitor. There's
so
a delay.
So good.
Here's Narciso Crook. Slices one to first. Hoskins got it, and he doubles off Alfaro. And the inning is over. We are halfway through in Clearwater. Massachusetts is launched with sports betting, and in essence, we look to educate the sport.